and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail. With me is
Fatima Seriki.
For the news headlines. Buhari pledges better life for Nigerian judges.
ASUU extends strike by 4 weeks.
Alanamu market. Kwara Government supports fire victims with 7.7 million naira.
Federal government must meet our demands, resident doctors insist.
Pantami kicks against new tax on calls. Data.
1.9 million vulnerable Nigerians will get 38 billion naira grants, federal government says.
National Assembly proposes 63 new varsities, others as experts kick.
NDLEA sees over 130 billion naira drugs in 17 months.
Nigeria's peace lies with Kanu IPOB says.
CAF postpones Nigeria, Guinea Bissau AFCON qualifiers.
Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed reservations over the degenerated welfare and working condition of the nation's judiciary, saying it will be addressed. He said this will be done despite the dire state of the country's economy, currently battling insecurity, corruption and economic challenges aggravated by COVID-19 and war in Ukraine. Buhari stated this when he hosted chairman and representatives of the body of benchers, a body of legal practitioners, of the highest distinction in the legal profession in the State House, Abuja. According to the president, democratic governments like the one elite cannot stand where one of its three pillars, which is judiciary, is not properly nurtured, maintained and sustained to deliver on its very pivotal constitutional duties.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities has extended its over 5 months rollover strike by another 4 weeks. The rollover strike action is with effect from Monday, 1st August. President of ASUU, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, who announced in a statement on Monday in Abuja, said the 1 month extension would give government more time to satisfactorily resolve all the outstanding issues. He noted the decision was arrived at an emergency National Executive Council meeting of ASUU to review developments.
The Kwara State Government on Saturday assisted victims of fire disasters in Alanamu market in the West local government areas of the state with 7.7 million naira. That decision came after Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak visited the scene and ordered the State Emergency Management Agency to take inventory of the affected shops. As a political to the state governor, Prince Sulaiman Abubakar, during the disbursement, noted that government intervention is important in order for the affected ones to rebuild their lives. Honorable Razak Jida, member of the government delegation, while addressing the people, noted that the present administration is doing its best to ensure that such disaster does not occur again. He enjoined the beneficiaries to judiciously use the money given to them. Also, youth leader of Kwara State Market Association, Mr. Karim Oba, commended the state governor as he pledged support for his re-election. Balogun Alanamu of Ilorin, Dr. Osman Alanamu Jos, applauded the governor's efforts and also enjoined the beneficiaries to reciprocate the good gesture he showed them. Speaking on behalf of the people, Mr. Abdullahi Musi appreciated the governor and pledged their support for his re-election bid.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has given a condition to avert its planned nationwide strike. The national publicity of the NAD, Dr. Yusuf, in an interview said the association would shelve its planned strike if the federal government meets its demands. The group had, in a communique, given the government 2 weeks to meet its demands, including the welfare of its members. The doctors are also demanding the immediate implementation and payment of the new hazard allowance and arrears, as contained in the circular from the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission.
The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Pantami, has kicked against renewed attempt by the federal government to add a 5% excise duty to telecommunication services. It disclosed this while speaking in Lagos at the ongoing exhibition organized by the Nigerian Office for Developing the Indigenous Telecom Sector. According to him, telecom sector already contributes a lot to the Nigerian economy, and adding more taxes could impact negatively in its growth. He, however, urged the government to consider taxing other sectors of the economy that are not contributing to national development.
More than 1.9 million vulnerable Nigerians are to benefit from 38 billion naira being disbursed as grants of 20,000 naira each to beneficiaries under the Grants for Vulnerable Groups program of the federal government. Data released in Abuja on Friday by the National Cash Transfer Office of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management indicated that the bank details of over 1.9 million beneficiaries had been digitized. This came as the Humanitarian Minister, Sadiya Farouk, kicked off the disbursements of 20,000 naira each to vulnerable and poor residents of the Federal Capital Territory during the commencement of the second round of the program. The minister re-inaugurated the program, which hitherto was known as Cash Grants for Rural Women, as she stated it will now be known as Grants for Vulnerable Groups in order to encourage inclusivity. She further said the grant was introduced in 2020 to sustain the social inclusion agenda of the federal government.
No fewer than 63 bills have been tabled before the Senate and the House of Representatives for creation of new universities, polytechnics, college of education since the beginning of shutdown of activities in public tertiary institutions in the country in 2022. An analysis of the 63 bills on creation of new institutions being considered by both Senate and the House of Representatives revealed that 26 bills are for federal universities, 33 bills for federal colleges of education, and 4 bills for the creation of new polytechnics. However, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, and Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union have warned the government against the establishment of new institutions while failing to fund the existing ones.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency said between January 2021 to May 2022, the agency has seized over 3.5 million kilograms of hard drugs. The Director, Media and Advocacy, NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, said the agency also arrested over 17,600 suspects within the period under review, and it impounded drugs worth over 130 billion naira in 1 year. He said the agency had so far recorded 80% success in the fight against importation of hard drugs. Babafemi explained that NDLEA had partnered with the Nigerian Navy for easy patrol on the waterways, adding that the agency is also engaging the governments of the neighboring countries on the best ways to fight the menace.
The indigenous people of Biafra has warned elders and politicians of the southeast extraction never to return to the region without its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. The group also noted that the peace of the southeast and Nigeria lies with the detained Biafra leader. The group's Director of Media and Publicity, Emma Powerful, said this in a statement on Monday. He said all Eastern politicians, businessmen and women, traditional rulers, senators and Federal House of Representatives, religious men and women, including governors, must ensure the urgent release of Kanu as ordered by United Nations.
The last on the news of sports. After several months of uncertainty that has shrouded Nigeria's Africa Cup of Nations double-header clashes against Guinea Bissau, the Confederation of African Football on Sunday confirmed that the games between the two countries have been postponed. The second phase of the AFCON qualifiers was originally scheduled for September, but it suffered a postponement with the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, holding for the first time in the latter part of the year, between November and December. According to a statement released by the African body, matches 3 and 4 that were scheduled for September have now been pushed to March 2023 to allow African teams that have qualified for the 2022 World Cup prepare adequately.
to the end of the news on Justeventonline TV. Here is the recap of the story. Buhari pledges better life for Nigerian judges.
ASUU extends strike by 4 weeks.
We have come to the end of the news on Justeventonline TV. Here is the recap of the story. Buhari pledges better life for Nigerian judges.
ASUU extends strike by 4 weeks.
Alanamu market, Kwara Government supports fire victims with 7.7 million naira.
Federal government must meet our demands, resident doctors insist.
Pantami kicks against new tax on calls, data.
1.9 million vulnerable Nigerians will get 38 billion naira grants, federal government says.
National Assembly proposes 63 new varsities, others as experts kicks.
NDLEA sees over 130 billion naira drugs in 17 months.
Nigeria squeeze lies with Kanu IPOB says.
CAF postpones Nigeria, Guinea Bissau AFCON qualifiers.
Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Remember, sometimes we are tested not to show weakness but to discover strength in us. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates. Follow us on our social media platforms with the tab at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Anifat Ismail and
Fatima Sadiki.
good night.